Hey, Sean here from SpeedComputeview.com. I have a package. Hey, while stuff's going on up there, hit the like button if you could. It definitely helps the channel out. And while you're at it, if you're not subscribed, subscribe. Hit the bell icon, stay notified of things like this in the future. I do a bunch of different videos, but also giveaways and other things like that, so you don't want to miss it. So I saw these online, and I immediately went and got them, or ordered them at least. They are from, their official Rubik's brand. We've got SpongeBob, Harry Potter, Rick and Morty. I want to check them out, see actually how they performed, what they were like. I don't know if these are going to be available in store. I had to get them from USapoly. Okay, actually before I open it, I just realized there's a bunch of stuff on here. So on the SpongeBob one, we've got its FUN with a twist.
F is for friends who do stuff together. U is for you and me. N is for anywhere and anytime at all. Down here in the deep blue sea.
Twist and turn until it's jumbled. Mess and then see if you can have the patience to get the SpongeBob and his friends back to the original state. Harry Potter. You can do the Harry. Potter Rubik's Cube. Twist, turn, or cast a spell to bring Harry Potter and his friends and rivals back to the original state of the Rubik's Harry Potter Battle of Hogwarts. And then Rick and Morty. Morty, look, it's a Rubik's Cube, but better because we're all over the thing. And then yada yada yada, twist and turn this bad boy until it's a jumbled mess, and then see if you have the mental wontons to get it back to the original state. Well, I like that they're being a little creative with all of that, and it's not just the exact same thing, but that's just something small. So at each of these, we've got SpongeBob, Mr. Krabs, Patrick, Sandy. Okay, we've got everyone, and just very solid colors. I'm wondering, is there any piece? Yeah, there are pieces that are just solid colors. So like this might be a little confusing. That corner and this corner. So as far as colors, they're not really, I mean, we've got two sort of greenish blues, more bluish, on the other side. SpongeBob and Patrick on opposite sides. As far as turning, this looks like the old style of the Rubik's Cube. It's very tight. I can see some lubrication though in there. I wonder if this capsule can come off. I can't seem to pop any piece off. It's very tight. But yeah, this definitely seems like the old style. I'll just do checkerboard first before I really scramble all these up. And if you heard that, that was my dog. Okay, so we have Rick and Morty. Now this is actually a show that I have not watched much of. Just have not had time to get into it. So I don't really know the characters too much. Oh man, yeah, these are really, really tight out of the box. Holy cow, that's extremely tight. Okay. And very basic images from, it looks like the last of the Harry Potter movies. And that's very loose. So maybe just whoever put these together and tighten them. Oh man, that one's going to be kind of difficult. There's so much going on here. These we could do more colors, but this one's going to be a bit crazy. So I'm just going to start scrambling it. I'm not going to add lubrication or anything just yet because I want to see how this performs just after getting broken in a little bit. I'm going to move the camera just a bit. It's actually hard to see. There we go. That's going to be much better for me to see and solve with. That is so tight out of the box. Like, this is ridiculous. That's actually pretty nice. I mean, corner cutting is next to nothing. This is the old school Rubik's brand, which they updated, I don't know, 5-6 years ago. I'm going to try a little lubrication to see what it's like. Now, if you're watching this and you don't know much about cubes, the lubrication that people usually use, there's specific cube lubrication that you could get from shops like Speed Cube Shop. Most of it is silicone based, so if you have like a silicone spray that's just all silicone lubricant, that can be okay. So tight I can't even get drops in here. Usually you can pop pieces out. Oh man, yeah, it's just sitting on top. But you don't want to use other things. You don't want to use olive oil. You don't want to use Vaseline, any of that stuff. That can actually just break down the puzzle, break down the plastic, or just solidify in there and make it much worse than it was before. Okay, there are caps. However, what is that? That's nothing that could be tightened or anything. Looks like just something snaps in there. Oh man. Are there screws on other spots? Let's check if there's screws somewhere else. Like sometimes maybe one piece will have something. And again, if you're kind of newer to this, most speed puzzles, speed cubes, pretty much they all have caps you can get off, and then you can tighten and loosen screws. And even more recent ones have adjustments in either the types of springs or the, you can tighten how elastic the springs are. Okay, I can't get that one off. I think this one was supposed to be maybe glued on and they just didn't. Although I could be putting this cap on the wrong way. Yeah, 50-50 chance of it going on the wrong way. Because if it goes on upside down, that's an easy fix. But we'll find out. It's just so tight, I think it's pushing that cap off. Okay, enough talking. Let's solve these. I'm going to start with the SpongeBob one. And let's just start with SpongeBob's face. Now, if you've never done, let's say you solve cubes, but you've never done a picture cube, the one thing you need to make sure the centers are oriented. Now, you could do that at the very end, so you can just ignore it and do it at the end. I like to do most of it as I'm going along. So, for example, we're going to, like, putting this edge in place. Oh, that one's in the wrong spot. So then here, let's turn, put that one here. Actually, I want to put some lubrication here, this one. Yeah, again, it's really tight. I might have to get like the syringes out, put some in that way. I'm just trying to drop it in between the pieces. This specific lubrication is called Lunar from Speedcube Shop. It's much thinner lubricant than some of the other ones out there. One of the thinnest, actually. Oh, already it's so much nicer. Okay. So let's get these other SpongeBob edges. So here is the top of his eyes, and here is his mouth. And then I can line it up with the center. So I usually try to orient these centers then. So there's Mr. Krabs. Wait, there's Sandy. So I'm guessing it's upside down like that. That looks correct. Okay, so then I just need to fix this. And let's say that maybe. Okay, well, let's do the corners now. So we've got, that's definitely an eyelash. And then we've got Mr. Krabs on the left side. So it's got to be this one, I think. There we go.
Here's another one. And then, so now we've got, nope, that's the wrong spot. There. And there.
Awesome. Okay, so SpongeBob is done. Building up this next layer. Let's get Mr. Krabs. Now, I might just do some color matching. So, for example, this obviously is plankton. So, let's solve that. And then that is Squidward. And then there is Sandy. And then that is Plankton. It's going to be hard for Rick and Morty when I can't name the characters. I know Pickle Rick because of someone's text notification. There we go. And now we're just on the last layer. So here is where you kind of need to know algorithms. Not really worried about the center. Oh, there's Patrick. Okay, so here and here. Okay. So OLL, orienting the last layer. And then PLL, so permuting the last layer. Two edges out of place, or I could line that up. Plankton, there we go. We have two edges out of place. Three edges out of place. Nice. Most U-perms will mess up the centers. Or I think they do. Maybe this one doesn't. But let's do a U-perm. Patrick has solved. Squidward, SpongeBob, Plankton. That's wrong. And that's correct. Wait. You can't have one center turn 90 degrees. Plankton's is incorrect. That was actually hard to tell. So let's fix this one. I know this one's going to be counterclockwise. So then I turn this clockwise. If you want to know some supercube algorithms, I could either, so this needs to be turned 180 degrees. This one's an easy one. If you want to know the algorithm, I'll put this in the video right now, but it's also at speedcubereview.com/algorithms. There we go. Solved. Okay. So that got better with solving it. That cap came off again. Yeah, this one's really tight. Not super happy with this quality. Here, I'll just solve the bottom and work my way up to the top because I don't know where that center exactly is going to be. But it looks like that was my dog. I don't know if that is sounding at all, but if you could, she snorts a lot. You know, not the greatest thing. Just actually has breathing problems. This is really rough to turn. Really rough. I might contact them even because this is very difficult. Okay, so this one I can just tell needs to go right here. I think I just might do the centers at the end. So I'll show how that works. Yeah, that's not supposed to go there. I'll show how centers at the end would work. You kind of just ignore it and you do it at the end. That corner needs to go up there. Wow, I'm struggling with this one. I'm wondering if the Harry Potter one's going to be easier or not. Okay, we need more lubricant in here. Tensions are what really need to happen, but lubricant's going to help. I'm wondering if I could pop a piece out of this. Ugh. Anyways, okay, let's get this final corner in place. Now what's nice with picture cubes, or any 3x3, is you don't actually need to orient any other pieces besides the centers. So that center luckily is already solved correctly. That one's not, but everything else will be. So I just need to figure out what connects to these ones. I mean, here I could just use this color. So I'm guessing it's this one. That looks like it needs to be turned 90 degrees. And then I think that's it. I think I'm at the top layer now. So I'm just looking at the color of what's oriented correctly. So there we go. Now it looks like that edge needs to go here. Yep. My forearms are hurting from actually solving this. Now, yeah, well, these are incorrect. Those are incorrect as well. So I need to turn these ones and this. So I'll just do the old school way. So excited to do the Harry Potter one because it's going to turn so much nicer than this. On a side note, so some of the like tiled Rubik's Brain ones have centers that are like this where there is no screw. I hear a lot of people say, oh, there's just a screw, but it's not always the case. Okay. So that's in the right spot. All the edges are. We just have 3 corners out of place. So we can do an A permutation. And we need this one to go here. So as far as centers, that needs to be turned 90 degrees. Okay. That's correct. That's correct. That's correct. So this one, what is even going on here? I have no idea what's going on this one. I'm guessing this needs to be turned 90 degrees because of that. Okay, if you know a way of tensioning these things or adjusting it, let me know, because that was just awful. That was really bad. Oh, okay. This one. Oh, that turned so nicely. I haven't even added anything to this. I'm going to add some lubrication anyways to it. I don't even really know what to start with. This one's going to be kind of tough. I think maybe Voldemort might be best. And then here, I'll do keyhole method for solving this, which will be a little bit faster. I think I have to, there we go. And then, wow, this one is kind of tricky. Okay, so I need kind of a bluish edge. Is this on top? Like, does this need to go here? Yeah, I think so. Okay. So we need one more cross edge before that corner goes here. So let me just put that corner in here now because I know exactly where it goes. So the way keyhole works is you solve everything but one corner, and then you just insert the 3 edges. Although I probably should have done this and oriented the centers as well. So let's see, that center's oriented, which is good. That one is not. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to move these edges out of the way for a second and then figure out how this goes. No, something's wrong here. I'll leave these be. I'll do the centers at the end. So anyways, on to keyhole. So looking at just colors, let's see here. We've got this greenish and purplish. Oh, this is kind of difficult. It almost looks like that one is just, it's in the right spot, but flipped. So let's move the corner into that spot. That does look better. Okay. Now, let's do this one. So I need brownish and greenish. More purplish. Okay, that goes there. Let's just try it. Maybe. This is pretty difficult. That's right, orientation. I didn't study this one enough to really know which is which. But what goes here? Maybe I'll just ignore that, solve this final corner. And there's my dog again. Okay, so that corner's in place. There we go. There we go. That still turned the wrong way. I think this just needs to be 90 degrees. Wow, something is way off on this. Maybe it is fine. Maybe it just looks off because I'm seeing that edge right there. Okay, so now, if that's all correct, nope. Okay, let's just get these corners oriented. So we've got there, there, there. Awesome. That needs to be flipped. Hey, so I finished this one, but I forgot to hit record. So I had to stop my camera, and then when I started again, yeah, I actually didn't start it. So I solved it. It's done. Just some quick thoughts on this. They're the old version of the Rubik's brand, and so they're very slow and sluggish compared to what the speed cubes are. A positive note is that they're very stable. Like you're not going to suddenly have this thing come apart. And from working with as customer service for a short time with Speed Cube Shop, I know that a lot of people starting out, if anything pops, they think it's broken. That has happened way more times than I can count. However, with this one, the center cap keeps popping off right here because of how tight it is. So I need to either glue that on or figure out if there's any way to loosen this. This one is fantastic. That just turns great. Almost no corner cutting, but it turns great. So they're a little bit pricey for what they are. I mean, you're paying one for the Rubik's brand name and also for the licensing for all of this. And the licensing for SpongeBob, Harry Potter, Rick and Morty probably isn't like completely cheap or free or anything. So you're paying a bit for that. They're definitely nice showpieces that'll have around for people to try puzzles out if they just want to mess around with something and see something that they recognize. So thank you very much. Leave your thoughts and questions in the comment section below. Hit like, subscribe for more content like this in the future, and always stop by speedcubeview.com for more news and reviews. It looks like